In this video, we're going to take a look at inserting shapes into a slide in PowerPoint 2016. First thing we're going to do is we're going to insert a new slide here. We're going to do a title and content slide. When you insert a title and content slide along with several other kinds of slides, you get these 6 icons down here for things that Microsoft thinks you want to put on your slide frequently. Shapes is not one of those. Shapes is on the Insert tab, so let's go to the Insert tab up here. Shapes is in the Illustrations group here. Let's click on Shapes, and there are a ton of shapes to choose from. We're going to select the octagon right here. It's got the number 8 inside the image, so you know how many sides there are. When you select a shape, you'll get crosshairs, and you can click and drag the crosshairs, and you can stretch this any way that you want to. If you want to make sure that it stays an octagon with equal length sides, just hold the Shift key down. I just pressed the Shift key right there. Hold the Shift key down and stretch, and you will get a perfect octagon with equal length sides. Like many other objects, there is a curled handle up here at the top, and you can take that and you can use it to rotate to any orientation that you want. I'm going to leave it right here at a horizontal orientation. You can also add text to any of these shapes. If I right-click on it, there should be an option up here called Edit Text. And this is probably going to be hard to see on the video, but there is a flashing I-beam here. And I'm just going to type the word stop on it. And this is just ordinary text. Now I can grab that text and I can make it any color that I want to. Let's go up here to our text fill, and we will choose white. The text is kind of small. We can't change the size here. If we right click on it though, we can select a size, and let's go down here and let's select let's try 96 for size. We can also apply an outline to a shape, but the outline is going to be pretty subtle. It's doing a live preview here. If I put like a yellow outline around it, that's not too good. How about green, or how about a red outline around? There you can kind of see the red outline, but unless you make it the line thicker, that really doesn't do a whole lot. You can also apply text effects. Let me select the text again here. And these effects are similar to some other places in PowerPoint where you can modify text as well. So you can add, things like reflections. You can make the text glow if you want to with a given color. You can really see it if we go down here to the bottom. You can add a bevel effect to it, which makes it look kind of three-dimensional. You can rotate it. In this case, we really don't need to rotate it. And there's some transformations you can make. You can apply different shapes to it. We don't want to really do any of those, though, but they are available there if you want to use them. We can also format the shape. We've got a shape fill option over here. We're going to make our stop sign red. Shape fill has all the options. You can put a picture in there if you want to. You can put a gradient in if you want to. You can put a texture, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. So there's a lot of options here for changing the fill of the shape. We can also change the outline of the shape just like we could with the text. And let's try putting, I'm not really seeing it here. Let's try making it a little bit thicker and see. Okay, if I make it a little bit thicker for the outline, now you can see the shape outline. I'm going to choose no outline here, though. I just want it to be all red. And we've got some shape effects here. We can add shadows. And the shadows are not real big here. You can kind of see them appearing, though, behind the stop sign. We can add a reflection. We can make it glow. Let's go down here to the bottom ones, and they really make it glow a lot. We can add soft edges, and the further you go here, the softer the edges get. You can add a bevel to this and make it look three-dimensional. And you can rotate it. So these options here are pretty similar to the ones that we had for text effects over here. But we're not going to choose any. We're just going to leave it like this. Now we're going to add another shape. We're going to go back to our Insert tab here, and we're going to go to Shapes. And we are going to add a block arrow. We're going to have an arrow here pointing to the right. So let's click on that. We get the crosshairs again, and if I click and drag, I can get an arrow here. So I'm going to have it go right up to the stop. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to align them. I want the arrow to be right smack in the middle of the stop sign here, and they're clearly not. It's clearly a long ways from that now. In order to do that, I have to select both of these. So I have to hold the control key down and click on my other image here, the stop sign. So I just did that. And now what I want to do is I want to align them. And we got choices here. You can align to the slide, or you can align the objects to each other. And if you have multiple ones selected, that's the default here. And what I want to do is I want to align their middles, which would be, middle is top to bottom, center is left to right. So top to bottom for the stop sign, the middle would be right here. For the arrow, it would be right here. So let's choose middle. And now they are both precisely lined up on their middles. I can also, if I want to be able to keep them that way, I can go back up here to my group option, and I can say group them together, and now they are one picture. If I click and drag, I've got an arrow and a stop sign together, and anytime I can move them any place I want to, and anytime I want to undo that, I can just go back here to group, and I can choose ungroup, and now I've got my separate images again, and I can manipulate them individually. So those are the basics of inserting shapes into PowerPoint 2016.